All right, friends, it's T-Man, and I'm back with a brand new video on a lifter, brand new lifter. His name is George Lifts, and he's 13 years old, and he's been lifting for a year now. He has a YouTube channel. I don't know, he may be getting popular, it's hard to say. I'm going to do a reaction video to him in this video. I don't know how to classify him. I would probably classify him as a gym slave. It happens to everybody eventually. They become lifting gym slaves because they just are not eating the right food, and they're not eating more of a particular food that you're supposed to be eating to be consistent in whatever it is you're trying to accomplish there. But okay, he's consistent in lifting, but that is a separate adaptation. These are different adaptations: muscle growth, the food, the growth, the lifting, whatever. These are all different adaptations, but okay, he may not know that. He may not know the difference between myofibrillar growth or myofibrillar hypertrophy and sarcoplasmic hypertrophy. One is artificial, one is real. He may not even know these things, but anyways, let's just do a reaction video and see, because he's got food in this video and a bunch of stuff that I'm going to talk about. Yeah. Hold on a second.
Hi, my name's George. I'm 13 years old.
I started too fast there. Just a second. I forgot to I forgot to say what he was saying in the video. Hold on. So George Lift says, how I got so jacked at 13 years old. All right. How did he get so jacked? How I became so jacked at 13 years old, yes.
Hi, my name's George. I'm 13 years old. And
Does he look jacked? Well, he looks like an ectomorph that's really skinny. And so when you're really skinny and you pose, you can see underneath the hood. Yeah. Unlike a fat person, let's say there was a fat person, but he had 5 times the amount of muscle that George had here, and he posed. Well, you wouldn't be able to see the muscle. You'll just see a lot of fat protruding on the outside. Now, you can see his muscle because he's super skinny.
enjoy going to the gym. This is my fitness journey.
He's really skinny, man. He's just really skinny, a real skinny kid.
So far, and how I became so big.
I like how he says, how I became so big. It's good to have, motivation there, kid. I give it to him there, man. How I became so big and jacked. He's not big and he's not jacked, but that's just me. That's just my opinion. I don't see a big jack kid there. I see a very skinny ectomorph. But okay, but I see potential there. There's potential to get, more muscle and grow bigger and stronger. Yeah, for sure.
13 years old. I started going to the gym when I was 11 years old in June 2022.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was around like the COVID times. Yeah, that was a pretty bad time, man. Yeah, okay.
I was 11 years old. I got my PR 60 kilo for 2 reps. Everyone was watching. It was a class environment to get the PR in. Here's me absolutely buzzing when I noticed I started to grow, and when I got 65 kilo for 1 rep. This is the day before my 12th birthday. I got a 70 kilo bench PR. I was looking huge for my age, and when I turned 12, I started recording my progress.
He looked huge for his age. I think he's tall for his age, because he says he's around 13 now. He's at 5 feet 10 inches, which is pretty tall for a 13-year-old. Okay. I don't know about pretty huge. He doesn't look huge to me, but okay.
In the gym. My weight had gone up 55 to 65 kilo in 12 months. I spent the summer between year 7 and 8 working.
Okay, he's 144 pounds at 5 foot 10 inches. Yeah, I don't see that as being very big. Okay, but all right.
Working out every day. When I went back to school in September, my uniform didn't fit. Seeing the gains made me want to work out even more.
Again, the problem with a lot of these lifters are they're eating an artificial diet. They're not eating their diet. I mean, they're not eating what they're supposed to be eating. As a carnivore, you're supposed to be eating meat, but he doesn't know that. I mean, because, he's conditioned. He's been conditioned, brainwashed by his family and everybody else to eat these fake foods, whatever. He thinks fake food builds muscles. They don't build muscles, they build fake muscles. And he may be misconstruing the fake muscles as being real. That's why he's like, I'm jacked. And in fact, he may not even be jacked at all. He may have very little gains, but he's jacked because of the sarcoplasmic, because of carbohydrates. The carbs loaded in there is a form of glycogen, and he's like posing now. And then here's what happens. So you get an adaptation in chemical strength, these myocytic androgen receptors for force production. And so you seemingly get better at lifting. And then you get better and better and better at lifting. But you stay the same, but your lifts consistently keep going up and up and up, because that's a separate adaptation process. That process doesn't require muscle damage. It doesn't require a process that you need to go through to build muscle, to get muscle to build. To build muscle, it reaches an MND size limit, like I told you guys in my channel, you know me. It reaches a ceiling limit and all that kind of stuff. You need to be in a positive nitrogen balance. Protein synthesis needs to exceed that breakdown, blah, 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 to get bigger and stronger. But he's not going to get any bigger. He's just going to get better at lifting weights. I just know it. This is all these gym lifting slaves. It happens to them.
So I started really pushing myself at this point.
Yes. Like I said, he is starting out young, and he is lifting for sure. And I'm pretty sure he's getting the pumps and all this because he's eating carbs. And he's like, I'm just going to be consistent. I'm going to keep lifting. And he hasn't really reached 15, So there's a lot of potential there. There's potential for sure.
Seeing my progress wanted me to work out even more and more.
I see my progress when I work out, but workouts, they don't build muscles. But if you eat carbohydrates, they will pump glycogen into your muscle.
And I was lifting weights most adults couldn't.
He's lifting weights most adults can't. 40-pound dumbbells, okay. You mean adults that don't lift? You're lifting more than them? Well, I know gymnasts that can gym you. Get it? You can't do the stuff that they're doing in the gym because you never practiced at it, kiddo.
I like the feeling of being stronger than everyone of my age.
Oh, that's pretty good. It's good to have an obsession like that. Yeah, you want to be better at lifting weights than all the kids in your school. Yes, okay.
I continue to work on my strength, going really heavy, but slow.
Yes, he's working on his strength. Okay. All right.
And I got a 100 kilo bench of January this year. I was absolutely...
That's pretty good. At 13, I gotta say that is pretty good, man.
Still before I turned 13 years old. I was now training 6 days a week with high intensity. And I never...
Let's think about it. He's training 6 days a week with high intensity. What I tell you, when you're working out, even if you're a laborer doing this 6 days a week, you're breaking your body down. You're breaking proteins. You're breaking your body down. You really are breaking your body down. You're not building your body up. Working out 6 days a week in a gym. You're adapted now to all these exercises. See what I mean? You're adapted to all them. So muscle, there's nothing going on there, really.
Skip leg day.
Wait till he shows his diet, then we'll know for sure.
When I went on holiday, all I wanted to do was train. This gym is rated one of the best gyms in Spain. It's called Sparta. It was absolutely amazing. And here, before I turned 13, I got a 110 kilo bench PR.
Well, that's pretty good for 13. That's pretty good.
I turned 13 in April. And on my birthday, I trained at Ryan Terry's gym, RT Fit. Meeting this legend made me want to train harder than ever. When I turned 13, I weighed 75 kilo, and I added 20 kilo of muscle in 2 years. People say lifting weights at such a young age stunts your growth. I disagree.
I disagree with him. I don't think it's going to stunt your growth. If anything, it'll probably make you taller. Yeah, it'll increase hormones.
Agree with this, as I'm already 5'10" at 13 years old, one of the tallest people in my year. I changed my diet to start eating healthy foods that would make me...
Did you see that? He trained himself to eat healthy foods. Let me see what those foods are again. Hold on.
I changed my diet.
All right, he's eating toast and pizza. Is that healthy for you? That's not healthy. That's not a human's diet. Our diet is meat. We're carnivores. We eat meat. He doesn't really know that. He doesn't know that. But yeah, and then he has some something burnt on there. It looks like Looks like some pork cuts on top of the bread. Bread is terrible for a lifter. It's horrible. That pizza and that toast is horrible if you're a lifter. It prevents muscles from growing. It makes you insulin resistant. So if you're insulin resistant, you can't get protein into the muscle. So it just turns into sugar, glycogen, and they load in the muscle as glycogen. So you're building these sarcoplasmic hypertrophy, sarcoplasmic artificial muscle growth. Yeah.
To start eating healthy foods that would make me grow.
Okay, healthy foods. Let's see. What was that again? You went too faster for me again, kid. Hold on.
I changed my diet to start eating
Healthy foods. Again, rice. Rice has arsenic in it. It converts to well, it's starchy, so yeah, it can load in the it'll load in the muscle for sure. More sarcoplasmic hypertrophy. Look how much rice he has in these containers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A lot of sarcoplasmic hypertrophy there from that rice. He's got some chicken. That's slave food, man. Chicken is real bad for you. Beef is the best. Beef really builds muscle. And then he has like broccoli in there, and broccoli is like very toxic. It's extremely toxic, man. Toxic plants. Again, it converts to sugar, toxicity in there, oxalates, a lot of oxalates. He's got some eggs. I don't really like eating eggs a lot, to tell you the truth. I prefer beef. If I have to, I would just eat beef. But if you have no choice, sometimes eggs, I guess. Now they're better. You're better off eating these eggs raw than cooking them, because there's no value in it. But beef is a real mass builder, man. Like if you want to build real muscle, beef is like, it's everything. This chicken is overcooked. It's dead. The water soluble vitamins have been cooked out. The fat soluble, there may be some left in there. I don't know. It's completely dead, devoid of anything.
Foods that would make me grow muscle, and I started.
Make him grow muscle and stuff. And then he has carrots here. They're toxic. He has broccoli. They're toxic. He has bagels. They're bad for you. They cause all kinds of metabolic syndromes and make you sick eventually in time. They screw your mitochondria. They wreck it. They do a bunch of stuff to you, man. It's terrible. And again, they'll make you. They'll spike insulin. And I think he has some beef here, little beef patties. I'm not sure what that is.
A man's best friend.
I'd eat like a body.
Sorry about that. I think those are beef patties there. And I started to eat like a bodybuilder. Yeah, I don't know. Bodybuilders, we eat protein. Real bodybuilders, we eat protein what we're supposed to eat. As carnivores, we eat protein because protein synthesis needs to exceed that breakdown. That's what it says in NCBI. Okay, kiddo?
Builder. And
okay, rice. Finally, some beef. Whoa. It's a little bit overcooked, dude. You should eat it a little bit more rare than that, but okay, it'll do. And I don't know what that is, kale or something over there. That looks really nasty. Don't eat that. That's toxic. And hey, rice. Like I said, potatoes are better than rice. If you wanted to eat a starchy, some starch, a complex carbohydrate, I go for potatoes. I would never eat rice. Rice has arsenic in it. It destroys you as a lifter.
Started training with a fully mapped out.
It's pure slave food. Like everything there on that plate over there on the top part is slave food for the slaves. Now that is for the kings and queens, bro. Come on.
Program. So I'd start off the week with back. Then the next day I would do push, chest focused. Then the next day I would do legs, quad focused, lots of leg extensions and things like that. Then I would have a rest and then go do arms. Then push, shoulder focused, lots of like shoulder presses, lat raise, stuff like that. Not much chest compared to the last one. And I'd finish off with a hamstring focused leg day. The aim this bulk is to grow as much muscle as I can while staying.
Again, at the end of this bulk, he says, oh, you know what? He's, again, monkey here, monkey say, monkey do, monkey see, monkey do. Everybody in the industry, bulk diets, yeah. Eat an artificial diet, a fake diet, which is not your human diet, artificial food. And he's going to be like, what is artificial food? Any food that is not meat, carnivore, is not real, it's artificial. Those are not whole foods. Whole foods are animal products and not processed either. They can't be processed. And so he's going to be like, I'm bulking. So if you're bulking, you're getting fat, kid. You're getting fat. And if you're eating those carbs, and even if they are starch, a lot of them load in the muscle and some of it loads in the triglyceride, you're still fat. You haven't built any muscle if you're building, if you're putting glycogen. For every gram of glycogen, 3 grams of water are drawn between the skin and the muscle into the muscle. So he's working out 6 days a week. So he's pumping a lot of that in there. Maybe that's why he's jacked.
Lean, because I don't want to.
See? He's like posing, look how jacked I am. Meanwhile, I really doubt he has very much muscle under there. If he was to stop eating those carbs right now and just stay on meat, just meat, which builds muscle, he'll have a big shock, a big surprise. He'll be like, hey, I'm not getting big. Why am I not building anything? Why am I not getting big? Because he doesn't understand that the body doesn't want to build any muscle. It's protected by a bunch of things. And to bypass it, you need to know how to bypass it. You need to figure it out. You understand me? You have to figure out how to bypass MND size limit, myonuclear domain size limit. Muscles have an MND size limit, but he doesn't know that. So that's why he's just going to he thinks in the back of his mind, he thinks he's getting big muscles when in fact it's the carbohydrates he's eating. They're loading in their pretend muscles.
Just dirty bulk and gain load.
See, I'll just dirty bulk. I'll eat artificial food that doesn't build muscles and get fat. You understand me? I'll get fat, loaded in the muscle and in the fat cells. Yes, okay.
So fat, I want to do it while staying lean. And even though I train like a body,
He wants to do it staying lean. Well, he is. He's eating, what is it? Complex carbohydrates, rice. He's eating a lot of rice. I didn't see, well, other than the toast and stuff and all that. But he might be burning that off. Who knows? He's an ectomorph. He's lifting 6 days a week.
bodybuilder, I do like to test my 1 rep maxes. So here's me getting 140 kilo squat.
All right, testing one rep maxes. Why do you need to do that? So you injure yourself? If you test yourself on 1 rep maxes and you injure yourself, you won't be able to lift anymore. So what the heck?
115 kilo bench.
All that for 1 rep, and what if you tear something and then you're screwed, or you need surgery, or something happens to you, or you get a herniated disc and you're out?
I know 170 kilo deadlifts.
I know a lot of people like this. They're all gung-ho already. They're young, they go in there, they all get crazy. Look at me, I'm strong, yee-hoo! And then they injure themselves, like Max Strasny got a herniated disc. They told him he couldn't come back. Well, he kind of made it back, but he's going to regret it in the future. It's going to come back to haunt him. He's going to be crippled.
I've been going to the gym for around 2 years now, but I feel like I'm just getting started. You can follow.
He's been going for 2 years, but he feels like he's just gotten started. Okay, yeah. I could see that. You know, he's just starting, really.
Well, my fitness journey on YouTube, TikTok and Instagram. I post regular updates on my workout routines and progress as a young bodybuilder.
You know, my advice to this kid is this is the best time that he can actually really build muscle. If I were him, I would focus, if you have to eat chicken, okay, if he's got access to beef there, because I saw him eating beef or something. If you can eat a lot of beef and chicken and real animal products, animal proteins, no processed stuff, dude, and cut out all these carbohydrates now that you're young and everything, and you have a lot of potential to build real muscle. And work out once a week, like really hammer it, your upper body, your entire upper body once a week. Sorry, the thing just closed out there. So I was always saying, if you could just hammer your body once a week, the upper body, and then go eat as much protein, animal protein as you can to satiety, till you can't eat anymore, making you in a positive nitrogen balance, making you anabolic. If you're anabolic, that's associated with growth. You'll keep growing. You'll keep growing if you can keep doing that. But and then the rest of the week during the repair and the remodeling, when you do get this damage to come back, like you did in the beginning, which you most likely stopped getting that damage, you're adapted now. If you can bring it back, then you can further that domain. You'll get bigger and stronger all the time. Yeah, but if you eat all these carbohydrates, you're going to build carbohydrate muscles. They call that, in bodybuilding world, we call that sarcoplasmic hypertrophy muscles. They're artificial muscles. But yeah, if you don't know what you're doing, it's unfortunate. Me personally, I just, like I said, I'm just doing a reaction to this video and giving out some points.
I appreciate all the support I've received so far, and all the comments, likes, and shares really mean a lot to me.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that video. It was great.
I'm going to keep showing my progress in the gym and
You should document all your progress and see where you're going. You should stop eating carbohydrates and start eating protein and see how much muscle you really actually have there. See how strong you are. Carbohydrates are drugs, my friend. Sugar is a drug, and any carbohydrate that converts to sugar is a drug. Plants are drugs. All drugs are made from plants, and all plants are drugs. You may not understand that now because you're young, but I'm telling you, in science, it tells you protein synthesis needs to exceed that breakdown. To see that mass on that myofibrillar, yeah, plus, you're not getting damaged anymore. If you're not getting damaged, you can't exceed that domain because it reaches the ceiling limit during hypertrophic process. To push it, you need to bring back that damage like you were when you were untrained in the beginning when you first came in the gym. But you're adapted now, you're lifting, so that takes on a life of its own. You just become a lifting slave now. You become good at lifting weights all the time. You're not increasing your natural strength. You just think you are, but you're not. You have it misconstrued.
let's see how big I can get. Thank you for watching.
It's not about how big you can get. It's about how much real muscle you can build. See what I mean? That's what it's really all about. Really, that's what it's about. I'm not saying you shouldn't get big, but it's unhealthy to hold all that glycogen in your muscle and pretend to have muscles. But anyways, like I said, each to their own, right? That was a pretty good video. Thanks, George Lifts. Yeah, I don't know. Tell me what you guys think about that. Like, subscribe, support the channel. It's got a lot of potential. I'll be watching him, watching out for him, see how he see what happens next year. He'll be posting some videos. I don't know. I'll see his progress. I like watching people's progress online. I watch a lot of channels sometimes. I'll see you later, friends.